Well, it's time for Look Around the Confederation. My water bottle has a hole in it. How's everybody doing tonight? If we're late, you can blame Connor. How's everybody doing? We got a great show for you planned. Hope everybody's doing well. Before we get started, please remember the views and opinions expressed in this broadcast are not necessarily the views and opinions of the SCV. It's GUC, Army Divisions, Camps, and Brigades, or the subsidiaries. I'm going to do it again because it's part of my intro. How's everybody doing in Dixieland tonight? That water bottle really messed up my intro. That is extremely unfortunate. It is leaking by my computer now. I have no towel near me. We're just going to power through it. But I hope everybody's doing great. Well, I'm joined tonight by the illustrious past Commander-in-Chief Jason Bosher. If Carl's the lovely, I got to come up with something for you.
You don't have to. Don't feel any obligation because Carl Jones is his own noun, pronoun, verb, adverb. Carl is Carl.
Carl is a great way to say that. I want that on a shirt. Carl is Carl, and just no other explanations, no chat logo, no SC. Just Carl is Carl, and see how many people I can get to wear that shirt. But yes. Yeah, we got a pretty action-packed show for you. I'm just drenched. Wow, this is going to be uncomfortable. The joys of a live show. All right, it's good to see everybody in the chat. I see SCV chat historian Michael C. Hardy. Good to see you, sir. Michael Hardy is a recipient of our highest rated episode, I think, this March. So congratulations. I think it was March. Yeah, it was March. You have the highest rated episode the highest viewed episode this month, Mr. Hardy. So congratulations. Thank you for coming on. God bless you, because I gave you less than an hour to get ready. David, good to see you. Hey, the future winner of the Thomas Franklin Award, Kyle Thompson, is here. Good to see you, Commander. He, for those who don't know, the Thomas Franklin Award is for the person who shows up the latest to the chat show consistently. I can always count on Commander Thompson to send a lot of stuff in, not so much get on my show on time. I guarantee you I'm going to be banned during the Kentucky reunion in a couple of years. Or in a year. Golly, it feels like just yesterday that y'all came up and volunteered to take that national reunion. Golly. Oh, time is go. It takes a bow. Don't worry, I'm not too far behind you. Commander Boshears was like, how do y'all organize Look Around? And I was like, well, some days it's very organized. Other days I come in from work at 6 and throw everything up as quickly as possible and take an Advil for my migraine and just keep on trucking. Oh, Al, good to see you from Camp 155 in Tennessee. All right, and Michael Hardy says his new book, which that episode that we had him on was about, Feeding Lee's Army of Northern Virginia, has arrived in the warehouse. Make sure to go to, and I'm doing this off my head, so Mr. Hardy, please don't shoot me, but I believe your website is michaelchardy.com. I could be extremely wrong because I don't have your notes. I have specific notes for when Mr. Hardy comes on. Because he has so many great websites that I like to promote, but I don't have my notebook with me this evening. So I think I'm right. I hope I'm right. But
I'm checking.
Please, thank you. But please go check that out. Support Mr. Hardy. He is a great historian. Oh, okay, I got it right. Great. He is a fantastic historian.
Yes, you got it perfect.
And someone I've definitely modeled my historian in training, I guess is the term I've coined a lot of my work after him. So he's a great man, great member, and really defending the cause and making sure that it sticks around for many, many years. And Mr. Jeffrey says there's a lot of work being done for that reunion. Make sure to go ahead and sign up for the national reunion. And it's never too early to sign up for a national reunion. I usually do mine a year in advance, and sometimes even that feels a bit late with how much goes on in a national reunion. So they'll be getting my stuff shortly. My dad, ironically, signed up before me this time, simply so he could get some of the free bourbon. And I did not realize we were getting bourbon when we signed up. Or not when we signed up, but joined a club. We pay for it. It's not free. Let me.
Yeah, you have to pay for it. When you start telling people free hooch, you're going to have people coming out of the woodwork.
That's about
and I'm going, no, it's not free. You still have to register and pay for
it. But I believe it's a certain club y'all are doing, if I'm not mistaken. Please correct me. I don't mind being corrected. Actually, that's part of what this show is about at this point. The audience correcting me. So I have to stay very humble on Look Around. But yeah, you can pay. My dad paid for his and didn't pay for mine solely so he could join that bourbon club. And then he refused to let me have some of that bourbon. So it's very hurtful. But
you actually could have signed up for it at the last reunion.
Yeah. That's what he did. He went, signed up for it, got his bottle in, and then refused to let me to have any. It hurts.
Yes, and they're starting. You have to join a libation society.
Yeah, so I hopefully will have enough money saved up to do that if there's any spots remaining. I don't know if it's. I think I heard it was limited. Again, could be wrong. We do have Mr. Jeffrey and Kyle Thompson in the chat for questions. So make sure you go do that. Loy from Camp 648 of Hot Springs, Arkansas, the 2023 National Reunion host. I had a great time there. I have a great time at all our reunions, but it was cool being there. I wish I would have had the money for the healing hot springs I heard so much about. But alas, I'm a broke college student and I have no money. That is my one for this episode. You can sign up at any Kentucky events, possibly at Homecoming in May. Now this is some news because we will be talking about the Homecoming event this episode. You can sign up at Elm Spring. That is, wow, look at y'all go, Kentucky. That might be my favorite perk because I love coming up for Homecoming. Should be there this year to film and, of course, broadcast every event like we've been doing so far. Of course, I have to talk to the commander-in-chief first. I haven't done that yet. I'm assuming a lot, and you know what they say about assuming. But hopefully we do. But I should be there either way to represent my camp. But, how much is it, Mr. Jeffrey, to sign up for the society? That's a dangerous question because I'm about to either make sure there's no spots left for me because we're around Southern men. And I have noticed Southern men all exclusively like one thing, and it's good Southern bourbon. So let's see how well that goes. All right, let me go through the rest of the chat and welcome everybody in there. I don't even remember where I was at. Jason Lloyd, good to see you. Y'all's camp is hosting the Virginia reunion this year. Well, congratulations. Hopefully my camp, and I think we already accepted the bid, so maybe there's not much hopefully left in there, but my camp will be hosting the 2028 Mississippi Division reunion. And I just realized who the poor son of a gun is going to be camp commander and the chair of that event. He regrets volunteering the camp immediately from what I've heard. Daniel Brooks, good to see you from Camp 1703. And yes, it is Conroe's fault we are late. Oh, Conroe. Let's just talk crap about Connor until he shows up. I think that's a great idea. Never leave us unattended, Connor. Of course, we have Paul Gremlin Jr., past commander-in-chief and the most sharp-dressed man in the SCB. All right. I think that's everybody. If I missed anybody, please just state your camp. name again and yourself. A group of Kentucky members from Camp 2076 Benton will be at the museum next Saturday if anybody wants to join us. That includes you, Commander Bo Sears. Y'all, they're trying to bribe you. They're going to give you some of that good bourbon. They're going to give you some of that Kentucky bourbon. And all I ask is that you share that with, I don't know, past aide de camps, something like that.
Well, there's one thing about secrets. They're meant to be kept. So if anything does happen, nobody's going to know. So that's the only purpose is to keep it quiet. That's the only purpose of the secret, is to keep it quiet.
To keep it quiet. That's fair. That's fair.
Yes, I mean that's the only purpose that a secret has. So.
Yes. David, good to see you from Tennessee, Camp 87. Let's see here. The Bentonville 160th reenactment was fantastic last weekend. I hope you all had a great time. And if you were at that event, please send pictures. Adam, send pictures. But all right, I think I've welcomed everybody. So we do got a bit of news tonight. And like always, we're going to get off track anyway. So I'm probably about to jump in the news. Let's see here. If who's the poor guy that's chairing y'all's reunion? That's me. I realized after I volunteered my camp that in the Mississippi Division Constitution, you can't be a camp commander and division commander. And of course, my dad has been camp commander and was like, oh, well, I have to step down. And so all my camp looked at me. And when I got nominated, I was like, okay, that's a surprise. Wait a minute. Who did we say is running the 2028 Mississippi Division reunion? Who's the chairman of that? And then the whole camp smiled and said the camp commander. And I was like, oh, that's not good. So yeah, that's who that was for the person who texted us. That's I am just a glutton for punishment, I guess, in this organization. All right. I'm pulling up on the news right now, ladies and gentlemen. So we are about to get started. I'm making sure everything's lined up. But the first bit of news here at Look Around the Confederation is the Sons of Confederate Veterans Camp 1460 presents the 28th annual Barton Vincent Lecture featuring guest speaking historian Dedrick Linden. It will be July 26th at Graves County Public Library Community Room. Program begins at 6 p.m. Admission is free, and all is welcome. He is the author of We Shall Conquer or Die. So if you're in the area, please make sure to check out that event. Oh, wow. Oh, me and you had the same idea.
Yeah, did it again.
We'll get it a second. There was 15,000 that attended that reenactment. Over 1,200 participants. Yeah. Wow. I am jealous. That sounds like a fantastic event. And speaking of fantastic events, we're going to do a lot of that segue in tonight. Oh, I thought that said May. That says March. Sorry, I wasn't wearing my glasses when I was doing the episode. But speaking of great events, now it'll work. The first annual Southern Showdown car, truck, and bike show will be held Saturday, May 3rd, 2025 at the Southern Heritage Center in Columbia, Tennessee. Please use the Park Plus Drive entrance. Registration is from 8 a.m. to noon. The show will be from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Awards will be presented at 2 p.m. Entry special, a donation of $20 for the first entry and for $10 for any additional entry from the same owner. No advance registration. Free administration for spectator. Did I say that word wrong? Admission. I did. Admission for spectators. However, all donations are appreciated and accepted, with the proceeds going to the Samuel R. Watkins Camp 29. I believe these are the awards down below. People's Choice Plaque, $1 per vote. The Commander-in-Chief Plaque, Best of the Show Plaque, Best of the Class plaque for each class. Food trucks. Oh, a cigar lounge.
Yes, we have the Robusto Mobile Cigar Lounge coming. They've been there before when we've had events, and it's gone over very well.
That's dangerous. That sounds great. Museum tours, Historic Elm Spring tours. For more information, contact srw29scv@gmail.com. Once again, that is srw29@gmail.com. Or you can find them on Facebook. So make sure to support that event, because you're getting a 2-for-1 special, because the event going on at the same place at not the same time. You have time to do it.
Same time.
Oh yeah, same time. Will be the what annual is this? I've kind of lost. So you had fifth annual.
Yes,
I thought it was the fifth. I just didn't want to say it. Jason's trying to be nice and not correct me, but he is still feeling the urge of all y'all on the audience's side of correcting me and yelling at the screen. So I am thanking him for not doing that. Is the Pilgrimage and Confederate Memorial Service. Our homecoming event will be held at the Southern Heritage Center, also on the property, Historic Elm Springs, and of course, our National Confederate Museum. It will be May 3rd from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. The event will start at 11 a.m. at the Jefferson Davis statue. Keynote speaker will be Mr. Ron Kennedy, past Chief of Heritage Operations for the National Sons of Confederate Veterans. Music will be by Strings of Secession. Individuals, camps, brigades, divisions, and other heritage organizations are encouraged to bring a floral tribute to be announced as they lay their floral arrangement. The weather, I love this tagline. The weather in southern Middle Tennessee can be unpredictable. It can be sunny and hot. It can be rainy and cold. You could need a jacket. You could need sunblock, or you could need both. Welcome to the South. So please dress appropriately. If the service needs to, it will be moved inside for the weather. But bring a lawn chair and refreshments. And remember, no alcoholic beverages allowed. So make sure you show up to Tennessee that weekend, because it is obviously going to be a big, big day full of fun. If you want to take a picture with Jason, since he is just world famous, you can take a picture with Jason. I'm sure he'll be there, considering his camp is hosting the car show. Faversham. And of course, I mean, you get the car show, you get the homecoming event, and you get to see a lot of people you haven't seen in a while. I always love the event because of that. It feels like a mini reunion, I would say. It's fun. It's a blast. Always a great event. You're not left cooking in the sun too long if it's hot. But we are there to honor our veterans. So please be respectful and definitely bring some floral tributes, because your camp gets to recognize you. You get recognized. And, of course, it's a way, again, to honor our ancestors. So I hope to see you at that event. Hopefully we will be broadcasting live. Next up is the Army of Trans-Mississippi. As the Army of Trans-Mississippi Field Day on a battlefield will be Saturday, April 5th. This year's event will be returning to Mansfield Battlefield Park in Mansfield, Louisiana. Easy to remember. This year's program will focus on the roles of troops from Texas, Arkansas, or Missouri, as well as, I'm tagging in. What's that?
Partisan.
Troops in the Red River campaign. That was flawless. So plan to spend the day celebrating our honorable history and heritage. You'll have speakers, music, food, games, and of course, fellowship. You can go to www.scvtaylorcamp.com/atm.pdf to get this poster. And I hope y'all attend this. It's very good to attend an Army event, but it's also very good for armies to work together. We're on the same mission. If you're free that day, if you have the time, please go support them. I was going to go there. I think I went to one. If Chuck was on the show, he would correct me. So I think I went to one last year. I had something come up. It's one of the two because I really want to go to it. But either way, I have been to a couple Louisiana Division and ATM events. Definitely good. Definitely a blast. And it is just phenomenal over there. So go check that out. Oh, wow. So Army of Tennessee Commander Carl Jones coming in with that the CSS Heirloom Camp in Alabama is reenacting the 1863 duel between, wait a minute. Is this real? Time out.
Oh, yes, and they're hosting it in East Tabuga, Alabama, and it's the Alabama gubernatorial candidates Abram Shindle and Efron Poindexter. It's a real deal. It is a real deal.
Well, Carl has tried to April Fool's me once or twice on these comments because he knows a smidge of a pronunciation problem. So I'm glad we have Jason here because I would have just left this on the screen. I can tell you it's going to be on May 17th. That's the only part I can pronounce, May 17th. So definitely go make sure to check that out. And you can contact Carl Jones for more information.
Yes, contact Carl. He can tell you what I mispronounced, and he can tell you what's right or what's wrong, or if it's even real. And getting back to Mansfield, I was there last year, and actually Paul Gramlin made a comment about it because you were supposed to be there, and you had something come up. And everybody needs to go to Mansfield. They do. It's actually happening on the original battlefield. And you just can't get in when they say, okay, this happened here. And it's very well worth going to. So if you haven't been, I would encourage everybody to go and get some of the guys around there. They can take and show you where everything happened.
And you have a lot of friendly people in that area that are very happy to show you around too. I would love to be there. I think I have an event conflicting this year, but I will check you out.
I didn't pronounce it right either. Is that East Tabuga?
East Tabuga. East Tabuga Booga. Okay, well, this is another great event. Make sure you send me the poster, Carl, because I keep forgetting to screenshot it. But a great event coming up. And I mean spectacular. I will be at this event because I have been wanting to go to the Alabama Educational Conference for a long time now. It is next Saturday, and one of my historian heroes is speaking. Brian McClanahan will be there. Also speaking will be First Lieutenant Commander of the Mississippi Division, Forrest S. Dawes, and past Mississippi Division Commander and current Chief of Heritage Operations for the Mississippi Division, Connor Bond. I don't even remember what he looks like. So make sure to go check that out because he'll be there live and in color. Next Saturday, I believe I talked to Commander Hill, and he said it's $40. But if you pay at the door, lunch is not guaranteed. So make sure to contact Jimmy Hill, our Adjutant-in-Chief, and go ahead and get down for this event. I cannot stress to you enough the importance of not just educational conferences, but I would say a division that does them spectacularly is the Alabama division. Alabama's educational conference is top level. I have been wanting to go for years now, and I know they stopped around COVID and they came back, I think either last year or the year before. And so this is their second year back. Let's make sure it's a big event. Let's help them out because there's a lot you can learn at these educational conferences. And it's just a fantastic event. You have fantastic speakers. I mean, what more do you want? I mean, you can learn so much about not just us as a people, but as the Southern community, the SCV, and so much more. So make sure to go check out the Alabama Education Conference next Saturday. You can bother Carl with that again and contact him for more information. Carl's going to shoot me, but it's worth it. All right. So now we're getting into some other news. So I'm about to have to confiscate the banners from you, Jason.
Go ahead.
Mansfield is also where my camp namesake, Brigadier General J.J. Alfred A. Mouton, was killed in action.
Mouton. And David is correct. They do have a very good museum there.
Really?
And just because I got a text from somebody wanting to know what I'm doing on here, what I'm here to talk about, and all I'm doing is learning how to do this, to give Harrison and Connor and them some help, because, there's some times that we can't, they have a hard time getting on here because to get ready for this show and to check all the emails that's come in, and that's everything that I've been watching. It's an hour to 2 hours to prepare for the show. And that's every show. So you don't just get there and throw it together. There's all this preparation work. And, so to answer the question, the text they sent me, I'm on here to learn how to do this, to help the guys on SCV chat, because I believe in what they're doing here. And this is how we get the information out.
I like to believe. And first off, let us all thank J-Bo for coming on and doing this and volunteering to do so, and putting in the work to understand how this whole process works, because people think I just get to look pretty and get on camera. I wish. Most shows take a lot of planning behind the scenes, not just with speakers, but if you don't have a speaker, well, guess what? You have an hour to fill now. Good luck. And it's every Monday, every Thursday. That doesn't sound like it's a pain, but let me tell you, it can be. So first off, I want to thank J-Bo for volunteering to do this, because SCV chat is only getting bigger. Last year we reached over 1 million people in under 6 months. So now we're trying to continue to break our own records. And we're on track to do so, I believe, as of now. But SCV chat's only getting bigger and doing a lot of great things, and a lot of surprises behind the scenes that we'll be getting into a bit later this year. We've had to push our timetable back because someone's not here.
And that's the reason why I volunteered.
We can just blame it all on Conroe. He's not here to defend himself. Won't be back on the show till June. So let's just tear him up. I'm good with that.
I don't have a problem with that.
I hope he goes back and listens to these episodes. That would be hilarious. But although he's going to pay us back. You know how he is. Conroe is vengeful. Oh, he's extremely vengeful.
And he will pay us back. So.
Oh, I have no doubt. I'm enjoying this time, but there's a lot that goes into this that we've never talked about. But getting back to what I was going to say, first off, thank you, J-Bo. But second, for some reason, I feel like someone was like, "Oh no, J-Bo's on. What bad news do we have now?"
Yeah.
So,
it's
if everybody was watching and like, oh, what is JFO do? What are we going to have to talk about at the end of the episode?
Well, that's kind of where the text kind of sounded. It's like, what are you on there to talk about? It's and then there's right before I started talking, and I've checked it since I said what I did. He goes, has something happened to the equestrian monument? No. Equestrian, the equestrian statue is just fine. But he's thinking, has he come on there to talk about that? No, I'm just learning. Because I believe in what these guys are doing. They brought this to me. I've talked about it multiple times. The 2020 reunion, Jacksonville, Florida. Mm-hmm. Connor and Harrison brought this to me. I was LT at the time, and I believed in it. And you see what it's grown to become. It's had its own share of victories. It's grown. It's gotten a family, because there have been breakoffs from it. We just simply started with SCV Chat. Then it became Look Around. Then we had the offshoot with Look Around Florida. And, all of that really started from this. And, when they started needing help, I thought, well, that's something that I can do, is learn how to do this. And when they need help, to help them. So when you see me here, I'm not going to be on here talking about that unless ahead of time. I'm just here to help. So nothing bad's happened. Okay?
I love that we've had to explain that. Maybe now we can start calling Jason Candyman to fill the void that our theme song produces on Monday. So you're Candyman now. If you can understand that joke, you are a long time viewer of this show. And yes. I'm not saying anything bad about previous people. We're still friends. But yes. I hope you're watching, and I hope you got a laugh, brother.
Yes. That was funny. I don't know that I'm the candy man, So
could you imagine just, if you will, at the oratory this year, Paul, send this to Chuck. Mm-hmm. Just Jason has to dance to the Candyman song, because the Candyman can. Jason's up there just like roaring at people.
That. No, we don't need people having nightmares at a national reunion on Saturday night, because a half a lump like me was out there trying to dance. No, that doesn't. We do have somebody that has agreed with us.
Yes. Oh, I hope you're watching, Connor. I just hope you watching this.
Oh wow! See, and David Pope come on this and said, and David Pope's show. Friday nights I'm generally busy, or traveling. But here lately I've been able to watch the show, and it's a good show on Friday night. So yeah. So it's
Adam. Yes.
Are you referring to this?
Yes, 100%. I want you in the Willy Wonka costume. You already agreed to wear a T-Rex costume.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I have agreed for that. Yes, to do the T-Rex.
Because I guess
I have to admit, I saw the old original one with Gene Wilder, but it's been years ago. And I know that it's been remade, and I think Johnny Depp's in it, but I haven't seen that one. So I really couldn't tell you anything about it, but I think I look more like a Oompa Loompa than I do Willy Wonka. So I think that's probably the route we need to go.
Could you imagine?
I'm just saying.
Could you imagine, if you will, we're presenting the Jeff Davis Chalice. Now, hear me out. Jason just comes out of the corner of the room, full on Oompa Loompa, face paint and everything. He just does Oompa Loompa and just runs. Because someone did run through the national reunion last year in a T-Rex costume.
Yes, there was a T-Rex and there was another one. There were two of them
Yeah.
that were there together because I'm up there in the pulpit and they come in the side door and make that turn and I'm going, okay, here we go. Must be time to wrap up business.
Whoever those two members were,
Yes.
hats off to you.
Top hat and tails. I'm afraid the tails would drag the ground. I'm not tall enough for tails, and I'm too big around for them too.
So wear the T-Rex costume, put a hat on it, and then just dance, and then just do. Try to reach that. Oh gosh, that is a look around. This is a look around episode if I've ever been on one.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Michael Hardy and his Sunday night history chat is phenomenal. I'm ashamed to say I have not been able to watch it much because Sunday's a family night, so my family spends time together, and we do that by watching movies. So normally I'm doing something. Did I say something wrong?
We'll let David jump on there and tell us about what that means. Yeah,
but
biography.
But yeah, so by the way, I'm getting shot this year. You can go to scvchat.com, hit the support us tab, go down all the way to the t-shirts. And if you hit the Moose Hunt shirt, that money goes directly to putting up the Forest statue.
Yes, the Forest Plaza.
Yes, so that money will be donated at the end of reunion for the Moose Hunt. I am doing it again. I do have to make Connor take it out of the budget to get me a more big boy,
size friendly
moose costume, because the onesie last year that Todd Owens gave me ripped. The zipper broke, and it has seen its better days, and it was given to me about 30 pounds ago, so it just don't look too good. But I will say we do have a T-Rex. I don't know what Jason's going to be doing during the Moose Hunt. Maybe he's just sitting in the corner with a T-Rex costume, just doing Thriller. Either way, I think I will.
I've never been accused of doing Thriller. That's the first time I've ever heard that. The new line of antler hats. There you go.
Fincher introduced a new line of antler, so you could have a mix and mingle with another moose and never be detected. That might actually be a great way to make it interesting. So I'm not just getting shot at for an hour. And some people, Southern, get very close and pop you in the face with the pistol.
Okay.
I don't know what I did to our executive director, but I was full on assaulted by the executive director. So thank you, Adam. And then Kayla was even worse.
Oh yeah, no, Kayla's. I'm not talking about Kayla. She'll whip me again. But that's safe. What David Pope put, and this is what he put.
Douglas Southall Freeman.
Patrick Henry's Give Me Liberty speech. Yes.
Ah, okay. All right. Yeah, that might be a better game, though. Now, hear me out, and we're about to have to get back on the news because we've spent at least 15 minutes talking about this.
Okay.
There's imposter mooses this year, and you have to figure out which one is me before you can shoot. If you shoot the wrong imposter, you have to give an extra $1 to the Forest last ride.
No, if you shoot the wrong one, you assume the antlers and you become a target.
Oh, I don't know if we can get people to agree to that. But that would be great.
Yes.
Could you imagine, for instance, Carl? Carl, you've given me an awful idea, so you're volunteering. Carl out there in antlers and like a brown jacket.
I believe you've got your tickle box turned over.
I'm seeing Carl in a moose onesie, the one I wore last year now in my head.
I wasn't going there.
Just
I wasn't
seeing
going
Carl in that would be great. I can't wear it for too long because I'm in the oratory this year and I'm not wearing the moose costume in the oratory. It's made for everyday wear. That's great. All right, let's get back to the news.
That's the reason why I put this. Yes. That's the reason why that I put that scrolling banner up there.
The views and opinions expressed on this broadcast are not necessarily the views and opinions of the SCV, its GEC, Executive Director, nor any camps, brigades, armies, or any other subsidiaries. Strictly the idiot providing them. All right. Oh gosh.
Well, Adam had this to say. Augustus Gloop, grown up. Mm-hmm. But before that, and he was talking about Michael Hardy earlier. Adam was, and Michael Hardy is exceptional.
Oh,
and he really is. And his Sunday night history chat, I try my best to never miss it. I try my best to never miss it. And that is one of Michael Hardy's books, Lee's Immortals. And it's a very good book.
I've heard about it. We might have someone have to come on to talk about it.
Yes. And Michael's great at that. And, he hosts his own show, does a great job.
Oh, phenomenal.
And I learned so much every time he sits down in the chair and turns the camera on. He does a fantastic job. And as soon as you said his name, he's like Beetlejuice. You said his name, and there he is.
It was like Todd Owens, and he appeared. We were talking about the moose onesie that you bought me, and if it said one size fits all, they lied to you. Because it ripped, it snapped, it crackled, and I popped. So I can't wear it anymore. So don't be mad if I have a new one this year. Paid for by, I guess, SCV Chat. I have to somehow put that in our budget this year. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. That's going to be interesting. Running ads. No, it wasn't. Don't you lie. I saw the size on it. No. I'm not. No. I'm not that large. I am fluffy, as they call it.
Yeah, all I can say is it looked unnatural and very uncomfortable.
It was extremely uncomfortable.
Yes.
Have you ever watched Spider-Man 2?
I don't watch any of those action hero movies. I don't.
It's fine.
I go and do something that like read a book.
Oh, that's better for you.
Yes, and I feel like it's more productive because I just don't like them. I don't get it because all it is fake costumes and green screens.
Yeah.
At least
some of them can look really bad.
Yes.
But there's an elevator scene in Spider-Man 2 starring Tobey Maguire. If you know that movie, you know what I'm saying. Don't put it in the chat. Do not put it in the chat. I'll have to delete the comment. But that is my thoughts on the moose onesie from last year. And I have tried my best to ban every picture I see of it. Because that might be the worst I've ever looked. And I just know that my child is one day going to get on social media and have so many questions.
Yes,
my grandchild.
Your child and grandchild. You remember your ancestors one way, and are you thinking your ancestors are going to remember you? Your descendants are going to remember you another way. I didn't
scared.
go to the oratory. I hadn't been to the oratory in several years. But I did see the pictures, and the pictures are floating around.
Yeah, because of Connor. Connor went back on his word. I'm out in Connor. He said he wasn't going to post any, and he posted them all on the SCV Chat Patreon. Well, our Patreon members downloaded it and posted it on social media. So they're out there, and all I can say is, because I know one day I will run for a high office. I don't know what it is. I hope this is the highest I go. Not with my luck. But I know someone's going to be like, is this you? And I'm going to look at him dead in the eye. Nah. I don't know who that man is. Oh, of course you did. Of course you did. I just want my descendants to know, if you go back and look through these episodes, I did it all for the SCV. Your great-great-granddaddy wore a moose onesie that was way too tight and not very flattering on angles for the SCV, and raised over $208 for the museum. And this year I'm doing it again for the Forest Monument, and we'll do it until the plaza is restored and back up. And then after that, never again. I'm doing it for General Forest, my namesake. I did it to pay off the debt. The SCV is not getting me in a moose onesie every year for the rest of the time. No. We're just not doing that. I refuse to make this a tradition. If one of y'all want to jump in and tag in and start having a T-Rex hunt or a Carl hunt or a Todd Owens hunt, I'm more than happy to set it up for you. But there will be only a handful of moose hunts left. So you better make sure to go put. Okay.
The only thing, we would need pictures to put it in context.
No.
So, we can have the suit there, but we're going to need pictures for context.
There's a great picture my father posted in the ultimate betrayal between father and son. So I can roll my eyes in the back of my head, and I have a decently long tongue. So when I died, I would roll my eyes in the back of my head and put my tongue out. I thought it would add to the illusion. No, everybody zooms in on my face. I got these big cheeks, so my cheeks are all red. I'm sitting there huffing and puffing, sweat pouring down my face. I look like I just ran the Olympic 500. And I'm sitting there just dying of a heat stroke. I chugged 2 bottles of water for the hour I was in that suit because it was so hot in that room and so hot in Todd.
I think it's about time we change the subject because
y'all are going to get me fired up, and we're going to end up talking about a dead gum moose onesie for half of this episode, and y'all are going to text me that, hey, why did my camp not get on the news? And it's because of Todd Owens. I'm blaming Todd now.
Okay, they were talking about a Michael Hardy book that was mentioned earlier.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and this is one with another one of his books, the 39th Virginia Cavalry. That is a very good book. Let's see, and he's done this one, which he just came on to talk about, I'm not telling anybody what to do, but I think one of the best ways to get this book is to go to michaelchardy.com. You can buy it off Amazon and everywhere else. Don't get it from Amazon if you can figure out how to do that. I just do it from there, and Michael Hardy assigned it when he mails it to you. So, and then Adam put this on there.
Oh, wow.
Roster series of Confederate soldiers who fought in the 1865 Carolina campaign. Yeah. And then volume 2 will be Alabama and Tennessee. That'll be good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I bet that will be good. I'm going to take, I forget it. And then Carl said, don't hurt me. I shoot back.
Yeah.
And then Jason
And then
said,
Jason Lloyd.
yeah,
I got it.
I will put, we'll have to put the Moose costume on display at the Confederate Museum for Moose's grandchildren to see the future. If they join the SCV, I don't care. But I don't need to be in the museum. I'm just doing my job. If that job is tramping around in a Moose onesie for the cause, what are you doing for the cause? If I can humiliate myself by the way, the million of people that watch this show a year, you can do something. All right, let's get into this. God bless these poor men that have been waiting. All right, this is, if you remember last episode of Look Around the Confederation, we had these men, Camp 1671 in Georgia, talking about a cemetery cleanup. They took a group picture but didn't send it in. During that show, I asked them to send it in. So this is that picture. This is a group picture from the cleanup at Dobie Springs Cemetery. It took 4 hours for them to get it. If you remember, that's the big cemetery that I was just extremely impressed with how they did it. And it only took them 4 hours. Honestly, that's an accomplishment if you look at the before and after pictures from last episode, because it is just phenomenal work by this camp. And again, I can't thank them enough. Great work, gentlemen. All right. For our next story, we go to Virginia for, let's see here. All right. For the Hanover Dragoons Camp 827 celebrated Confederate Flag Day at Oakwood Cemetery in Richmond, Virginia. They were close to 90 headstones flagged and dedicated by the Virginia Division's Oakwood Committee. Shown from left to right, Hanover Dragoons Camp 827 member Mike Tyler, Camp Commander Ray Walton, SCV Lieutenant Commander in Chief Tony Griffin, Brian Jones, Jim Perkins, and this is, I believe, the second.
Yeah, that's the picture. Because I was looking. Lost me on that. Yeah.
And Jim Perkins holding the flag, and Harrison Smith. Okay. I watched that picture get uploaded, and I reorganized the pictures before we went live. That is interesting. Okay, my apology. I do not know what happened there. I was reading someone else's stuff, but the picture is not there. I do not understand that. Okay. All right. Well, that's new. I've never had the StreamYard delete my stuff before, but let's pull that picture back up for the camp. Again, this is the Hanover Dragoons Camp 827 in Virginia that celebrated Confederate Flag Day at Oakwood Cemetery. I'll put the people below one more time. My apologies. Mr. Ray Walton's in the chat, who's in the picture. I've never had StreamYard delete a picture from my server before because I rechecked this before we went live. Never had that happen before because last episode, if you remember, I was in a rush and so stuff was all over the place. So I decided to double check. I've never seen that happen before, but my apologies. But I have found the right description for that picture I showed. So let me pull that up. So I have not found the right description, but re-uploaded the picture from our email and see if this makes sense now. Or wait. Yeah, no, that's it. Okay. The golly. Let's see here. All right. Okay, nope. What in tarnation has StreamYard done to the order of these pictures? All right, well, I know this is right. So we're going to go to this camp news next. And we will revisit that in a second. So this is the 5th Brigade Division of the Texas Division. On Saturday, March 1st, these men went to a Mardi Gras parade. I am going to butcher the name of that, even though I celebrate Mardi Gras. I've never been able to pronounce these words. Was held in Jefferson, Texas. The crowd was about 8,000. I am going to tag Jason in if he wants to read the name of the parade.
You talking to the crew of the Hebe or Hebe?
Yeah.
I've heard Hebe. I've heard it pronounced Hebe and Hebe. So
I just knew I was going to mess it up, so I was just going to let you do it.
Okay.
And of course, again, the 5th Brigade of the Texas Division is responsible for the area of Jefferson, Northeast Texas, since there's no camp there at the moment. But they had many members come out and help with the W.W. Hartsteel Camp, 314 of Marshall, Texas, having 8 members there. Patrick's, our Upshur County Patriots, SCV Camp 2109 had 4 members there. The General Greg SCV Camp 958 had 1 member there. And Major Thomas Roser Camp 2311 had 2 members there and a cannon. Wow. They were joined by our Commander-in-Chief, Walter D. Johnny Kennedy, and Lady Betty. Our Chief of Staff, J.C. Hanna. Army of Trans-Mississippi Commander, Mr. John. And let's see here. Oh, and Commander-in-Chief joined us in marching and handing out gifts to children. That sounds like a fantastic event. Here is a picture of the back of the float. That is just, again, parades are awesome. I am so upset that I wasn't able to go to a Mardi Gras parade this year as our camp, but we're going to one next year. And 8,000 people saw these men. 8,000 people got introduced to the Sons of Confederate Veterans for the first time. And they saw we're giving gifts. We're being good members of the community. We're not the people that we've been told we are.
Yep.
So make sure to get out and do these events and support these events. This is a brigade hosting this event with the help of other camps. That's something I do not take lightly. That is awesome. This brigade hosted an event. These camps, a part of that brigade, came and helped. And then our Chief of Staff and Commander-in-Chief also came. That's phenomenal. And our Army of Trans-Mississippi Commander. And by the way, everybody's wives also came and helped to march in this parade. There's a lot of pictures that will be posted on the SCV Chat social media from these because I got sent a lot. Those were just 2 that I picked out. So make sure to check that out because that's just awesome. Congratulations, this brigade and these camps and the members that showed up. That is good teamwork. Again, we're all having the same mission. It's great to see the teamwork that helps us succeed. So congratulations to everyone involved there. Let's see here. Okay. The next is a headstone dedication. So the Major Thompson R. Livingston Camp 2327 installed and dedicated a military headstone for Private John Wesley Loving, Company G, 2nd Arkansas Mounted Rifles at Sterling Cemetery in Missouri. You can see the just beautiful flags that Missouri has, first off. And of course, the amount of people that came, look at it. You have wonderful men that came dressed out. You have a guy that brought bagpipes to honor these men. Of course, just the great men and women that came out for this event. And of course, if you look by the bagpipes, you'll see the first ever SCV Chat shirt produced, worn by that young man. So first off, thank you, Missouri, for the support, but also great job honoring this man, Private Loving.
Did they send you a list of the names? Because I recognized a few of the men in there.
They did not, but if you know the men, please.
I know some of them. I saw Wes Franklin was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a man that's just to the left of the headstone, and my eyes must be getting too old because I can't tell. That's the reason why I was asking, because some of those faces do look familiar, but I know the gentleman that's right behind the headstone as well, and the gentleman that's over there on the left with the coveralls and the battle flag hat, and the gentleman beside him. I know all those on the front row. The back row I can't tell, so my eyes aren't good enough anymore. Don't get old. That's what happens to your eyes. It's called OME, old man eyes.
Oh, well, that happened to me at 13. So I mean, I didn't even get a prime with my eyes. But thank you, Commander Boshears. But yes, my camp just did a headstone dedication ourselves, and there's a lot of hard work that goes into that.
Yeah. We have one coming up April 13th, I believe.
Oh, send pictures. And
April 13th.
So please not only go support these events because you're honoring a person that did not have a headstone usually, or didn't have a stone dedicating their military service. My direct ancestor that served in the Mississippi Cavalry, S.O. Dawes, he didn't have a military headstone, so we gave him one. My camp did. My camp actually came out to help set it for us.
Yes.
And then we just did one for Chaplain West. And, of course, now joining the ranks, Private Loving. And that is just, it makes me so happy. I mean, that is, without a doubt, one of the reasons we're here, folks, to honor and respect and make sure for years to come, people can now go have a place to mourn, respect, and pay honor to Private John Wesley Loving. So thank you to Camp 2327 for living the charge and getting that work done. Again, phenomenal work, guys. That just makes me happy. I love this show because it always makes me feel warm inside when I'm not getting made fun of my weight while I had the moose costume on. But next episode,
just roll on. You're good.
The next bit of news is coming from the California Division. California Division reunion is coming up March 28th through the 30th. It will be in Bakersfield, California. All SCV, UDC, C of F, OCR members are welcome to attend. For more information, you can check out www.californiascv.org for more information. And first off, I don't know if we have any California people here tonight, but I do want to thank you because they sent out goodie bags this year to, I believe, their members and just a couple of members. And they have chosen me. I don't know how y'all got my mailing address. I don't remember giving that to you. But that was a welcome surprise from the California Division. And first off, I want to say just how nice it was and how awesome that y'all thought of me. And I keep y'all on my mind because y'all might be pretty far away, but y'all are always in the fight to preserve the Southern soldiers' good name and have Confederate heritage honored out there. I mean, California's on fire. We talked about that a couple episodes. They sent me a lot of events in one email, and we just went through a couple of them. And then I think the next episode we had a couple more to go through. And the California division, they, as I said, they might not be connected to the South, but if there were any Southern men that was in some enemy territory, it's the California division members, because they work their butt off for our ancestors. They promote Southern heritage and make sure they protect the Confederate soldiers' good name. And so I cannot thank y'all enough for the goodie bag. I will wear that pin that y'all got me with the California division with pride. That's the only thing I'm going to wear from California with pride. So thank y'all. Y'all gave me something special. I have it. I think y'all also gave me a bottle opener, and I think they have instructions how to turn the bag they gave me into a haversack. So it was an awesome care package. And I cannot thank y'all so much for thinking of us here at SCV Chat and being great supporters of the show. I love my brothers in the California division. I've been able to talk to a couple of y'all. I hope to continue to be able to talk to y'all because y'all do great work. And I'd love to see more of what y'all doing in the California division. If I ever get the money, I know I'm going to a California division reunion because these men work their butts off. They have my respect 100%.
Absolutely. And they don't call it a reunion. They call it a reconfederation. And I've been to it numerous times. And I tell you, every time I've been, they have been fantastic. And they do a tremendous amount of work. I've just been happy every time I've gone out there. And when I left there, because that's the first reunion of what I call reunion season. You know, California's the first one. Well, they have been most of the time. I think that a time or two, maybe North Carolina did theirs earlier. But generally, California's the first one. And they do a fantastic job out there. They do a whole lot of work. And I'm proud of them. And when you go out there and you see the work that they've done, and it's not like, hey, we're talking about doing this. And, you know, they've got it hard to go uphill both ways. And I appreciate them for what they do. And they are a great group of people.
They are just great. And aide de camp, quartermaster, and he's like me. He has a lot of other positions in the SCV and is working his tail off. Mr. Todd, who is also, I believe, a Patreon member of the chat. Thank you, sir. I believe you're the one that addressed the lovely letter in there for me. And again, I cannot thank y'all enough. I would love to bring y'all on to talk about it because I mean I saw the email y'all sent one time, and I mean it was 15, and not just great events, fantastic things they were doing over in California, and things you wouldn't think possible in California. Heck, they did stuff I couldn't accomplish here in Mississippi.
Yes.
And they're doing it in California. If that doesn't tell you how hard they're working, I don't know what will. Yeah. Them members are on fire, and they deserve to have their flowers 100%. Absolutely. Right. And now we're getting to what I call the Kentucky section of Look Around as we wrap up this episode, where Kentucky Division Commander Kyle Thompson sends me about 15 stories that we have to pick which ones we're going to show on this episode. Because Kentucky is also one of those divisions that never stops. So the first story we're going to be talking about, and of course, real quick, on April 5th, the Bluegrass Brigade will be watching the outlaw Josie Wells at the movie theater in Kentucky and eating at the Bread of Life. All are welcome. So make sure to check that out. But real quick, let me make sure I don't pull up the wrong picture anymore. That should be a gag reel all in itself. The Colonel Charles Wycliffe Camp 2337 hosted Confederate Flag Day at Columbus Belmont State Park in Columbus, Kentucky this past weekend. Those are the members there. They had a couple more pictures that we'll be posting on our social medias. They had a wonderful crowd. It looks like they all had a great time. And again, how many people saw those flags and asked questions? How many people came up to them and talked?
Yes.
That's what's important. We have to make sure we don't lose our goal of honoring our ancestors. That's never what we should lose. That's our main purpose. But protecting their good name requires us to be members of the community. So
okay, I think Moose is froze up on.
All right, that's not good. That's not good at all. All right, so testing. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, it looks like we're back now. I think even I went away then.
Yeah, we both went down for a second, so sorry about that. Let's go. We're going to go ahead and try to get through the news real quick. I did figure out one piece of news that we're going to go back and fix.
Okay. And the previous one that you had up there, if you'll look on there, Chaplain in Chief Tom Hyder was in that picture. He's the gentleman second on the left. And then you had beside him is Kentucky Division Commander Kyle Thompson.
Okay, I see the Chaplain in Chief now. Thank you, Commander. Yes. Good eyes. Better than me.
No.
Yeah, he doesn't like to brag, but he likes to brag.
Who? Okay, Carl Jones has asked a trivia question. Which member of the GEC is a native Californian?
If it's Carl, my whole world is not. I don't know. While we wait on the answer, let's talk about the Western Brigade in the Kentucky Division that held a 5-camp Flag Day. Oh my gosh! This past weekend in Sharp, Kentucky, hosted by the private Eldridge Riley Camp in Kentucky. First off, again, talking about that brigade working together, that warms my heart. That is just phenomenal work. It makes me happy just to see camps working together, like seeing divisions work together or other heritage organizations work together.
Yeah.
It makes me so happy. And so congratulations to the Western Brigade first for hosting a 5-camp flag day, but also congratulations to the camp that hosted it. Great work. Because I know how much goes into a camp. And Kyle Thompson, Kentucky Division Commander, says they got about 5 or 6 camps that are pretty much moving over there, and it's been great. So congratulations to the camps that have been doing all that hard work. And, of course, Confederate Flag Day. So, yeah, you sent me a lot this weekend. I feel bad for your travel schedule and your poor vehicle, Commander. Hey, I'm here to serve. We'll keep sending in news because that's what we're here for. We're here to help get out the SCV message. Yeah. And we got one more story after this. So this story, I love seeing youth in the SCV, even if she might not be a member, but she is officially the division mascot. So Kentucky Division Commander Thompson and division mascot Nora Thompson attended both Flag Days events in Culver City and Columbus Belmont State Park. It took a minute, but it got out there. So that is awesome. Commander Thompson had some pictures of poor Miss Nora that I felt like as she got older, she might come hunt me down and shoot me for posting them. So I'm just too scared to do that to y'all's mascot. I'm just not that brave of a man. I feel like that would be like taking on Kayla Southern. There's no win situation there. So I posted this lovely group picture y'all took. And again, just good to see youth involvement in heritage events. And again, she can be involved in the UDC one day. She can be involved in the OCR one day. And what does that lead down the road? Working together.
Yeah.
And working together works. And
Yes.
if we're not in this to pass down our heritage to our kids so they can continue to honor our heritage, I mean, I don't know.
None of us are going to last forever,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and we have to look 2 or 3 generations down the road. Right now, we have to plan on generations that have yet to be born. So, you know, and the ones that are here, if we don't get them involved, who's going to get them involved? Mm-hmm. That's the thing. And, you know, a lot of us have a tendency to think about now, but we have to be thinking about the future the entire time.
I couldn't agree more, Commander. And she's actually a member of the OCR.
Yeah.
So congratulations. She is going to be a big member. I hope she makes us all look bad by all the work she does.
Yes.
I want to be outshone. I like people that want to come up to me and say they want to work harder. Yes. Hey, I am so happy if you want to outdo me, if you want to outdo Jason.
Please.
We love seeing it.
Please.
And so I have finally re-uploaded the information for this event and figured out where it goes to. So in South Boston, Virginia, I was right. It was in Virginia. I had to type in Virginia in my email to find this. They had a Civil War buy, sell, and trade show. The Ring Gold Battery with 4 SCV camp members, or 4 SCV camps present, fired 2 to 3 rounds each hour. The crowd was between 40 to 60 people at the time of the firing. This is the 4th year that we have been doing the cannon expositions. And this year we had 3 cannons. The camps there and represented the Pennsylvania Vindicators Camp, 828. The Stuart Hairston Camp, 515. The Wharton Stewart Camp, 1832. And the Charlotte County Grays Camp, 1964. Thank y'all again. That's 40, 60 people that got introduced to the SCV. Yeah. Even if it is just reenacting, why do y'all do this? Who are y'all? The question ponders. Yeah. And so thank you all. The Pennsylvania Vindicators Camp are a great camp. Yeah. And everybody else there, of course, is also a great camp. But the member of that camp that sends this stuff in, they are very focused, and these camps are very focused on getting out through reenacting. And again, to steal a term from someone much smarter than me, it's another tool in the toolbox. It's another tool in the toolbox. Reenacting is a great tool. And I will end talking about the news with what he said at the end of that email. It was a great day for living history.
Good.
There you go. Couldn't agree more.
Yes.
Well, thank y'all for watching this bit of a longer episode because Connor got me on a rant and it just went downhill from there.
Well, we got tied up in that moose costume, which if anybody's going to say anything about the moose thing, okay, you're on your own.
Yeah, well, welcome to Look Around the Confederation, Commander. This happens every episode. Something like this happens, but we're a bit more chaotic on this show. So make sure to share this episode out so everybody can see this great SCV news, and tune in Monday, 7 p.m., same Confederate time, same Confederate channel for our weekly episode of SCV Chat. This episode, we have past Commander-in-Chief Larry McClooney coming on to talk about Beauregard and Fort Sumter. It's going to be a great episode. And
if anybody wants to do any research, The Defense of Beauregard. That's McClooney's book on Defense of Beauregard. If you have a copy of that, start going through it and prepare some questions for McClooney. He'll like that. And Paul Gramlin has asked what was the answer to Carl's question, and I have no idea.
Carl just left. He asked the question and then left.
That's Carl.
That's Carl for you.
Carl. You know, Carl's Carl.
It was a Pop-Tart break for Carl. Carl has picked up a habit from the son of Harold Philpotts and decided he was going to run off and eat a Pop-Tart.
Hey.
But he does have a new puppy, which is a very cute puppy, and I'm very jealous and mad that he didn't bring it to the GEC meeting. But
see, I didn't know that. I haven't been on social media much lately. There's been a whole lot of stuff going on otherwise, so I need to get on there and see Carl and see that puppy.
I tell everybody, get ready for the day I stop doing social media, because I'm on so many social media committees and happy to do so, mind you. But when the day comes, I'm throwing my phone in a pond, and I will see y'all at the next national reunion. That is when I'll buy my new phone.
Yes. And I've started to. It's been long enough now that I get more. I'm not doing it near as much, and I'm not being sent a lot of stuff, so I'm not on there looking a lot, and I'm just not spending time on there, and I'm actually very happy with that. You know, I'm actually getting more stuff done. As far as when I was those times I was in office, you spend all your time doing those things in the office, and there's all these other things you need to get done that you don't have a chance to get done. And now I'm getting a chance to do them. So.
I know how you are. I'm on a lot of social media committees, and again, that's one of my skills. I understand the algorithm. I understand how to get views. I understand how to do a lot of stuff. But between SCV Chat, National Deputy Chief of Heritage Promotions, Mississippi Division Chief, or Deputy Chief of Heritage Promotions, my camp, my personal, and everything else, Beauvoir. I'm just about social media out. So again, I cannot wait until I find a good person to replace me in the division. I feel bad for you, man. I'm throwing it all on you and running away. I'm going to do a Dan McCaskill.
Yes. And I found out since becoming Tennessee Division Adjutant that you spend enough time doing that you don't really have enough time to do a whole lot of other things. You know, I'm doing something with it every day. And that's part of it, you know.
That's part of it.
I accepted the responsibility knowing that it was going to be a job. And you treat it as a job now. I'm kind of nerdy about treating something like a job, and and make sure that I get everything done that I need to. And I'm kind of paranoid about making mistakes, and I make a lot of them anyway. So anyway, I digressed. So I understand everybody being busy.
I am just in shock. You were born in California?
His dad happened to be stationed in California after NAM.
Wow. That is an awesome fact that we had no idea. That is the Carl Jones fact of the evening, folks. How about that?
That's what we need.
Yeah, Carl Jones facts. Carl, you're coming on in April. Carl doesn't know this because I haven't asked him yet properly. But Carl, you're coming on in April. I need Carl Jones facts, just randomly, just throughout the episode. I don't know what you're speaking on because I haven't told you that I wanted you to come on yet.
Well, what I wanted to do, I've always wanted to do with Carl was the way he pontificates and gets all of his information out there. I think we need to do a monthly show called Carl's Chronicles.
Yes,
you know,
that actually is a great idea.
And just let Carl come on and be Carl. You know, that's my opinion.
We actually had Carl his own show, but Thomas Franklin got so jealous of it.
Yes.
That he apparently called Carl and asked him to take a step back for a while. So we're gonna have to see if we can get Carl to agree to it again. I think Thomas has some blackmail on Carl, so I don't know. We'll see. He is being very quiet in the chat now. But thank you, Carl.
Carl's Chronicles.
Carl's Chronicles. That is phenomenal. I'm getting a phone call after the show. I still haven't eaten. It's 8:30. All right. Dang, are y'all trying to wreck the show? No. Carl's Chronicles. You can come on. You can bring your dog. I used to bring my dog for all the shows, and you can put it in like a hoodie. And you can keep him there, and he can just smile. That's the cute points we need for the women audience. Oh, gosh, I did not know this. A SCV member that was native of New York.
We'll let that individual answer if he wishes to.
I had no idea. But make sure to check out the Monday episode. Again, we'll be talking about Beauregard and Fort Sumter with special guest Larry McClooney Jr., past Commander-in-Chief of the Sons of Confederate Veterans. It'll be a great episode. And then, of course, we'll have our weekly episode of Look Around. Speaking of our weekly episode of Look Around, make sure to send your pictures, short videos, and write-ups to scyouthoutreach@gmail.com, and you'll be featured on the upcoming episode of Look Around the Confederation. So make sure to do that. I cannot wait to see y'all's next week news. We are going to be signing off. Again, please share this episode out so we can get it to as many people as possible. A big thank you to our Patreon members that you're about to see scrolling across the screen. And remember, for $10 a month, for the price of a meal, you can become a Patreon member of SCV Chat and help us pursue reclaiming the narrative 1 week at a time. And you get special privileges, special things given to you, like being added to the end credits of every SCV Chat and Look Around the Confederation episode. And you get your own exclusive show. Some episodes we do after shows, of course, and the special stuff we're producing, which we're about to try to produce some in April, you get to see it first. You get to tell us what you think. Yeah. We're a team over at Patreon. So make sure to go check us out on Patreon. And you get a cool sticker that I don't get. And it's very hurtful. So make sure to go check out our Patreon. And remember, chat heads.
I got my sticker.
Yeah, he has one. I don't. Just like this is the repeat of the challenge coin all over again. But remember, chat heads, to stay Southern. Good night, everybody.